Hi all! Everything in my video is pulled from the public domain, and I am using them under the Fair Use, Fair Dealings guidelines. Everything I say is my own opinion. You should look into this information for yourselves, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Welcome back, you guys. Okay, you found us, video 2. By the way, in case you guys haven't noticed, I used the same picture in video 1 and 2 so that you know that they go together, as well as numbering them, okay? All right, let's just jump back into where we left off with the WellChild Awards. He doesn't care about the title, supposedly, but yet, look at the press release that was put out. It says, the WellChild patron Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, is attending the award. Then a little further down, it says, Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, has been the patron for 15 years. Then a little bit below that, again, it says Prince Harry. And if I'm not mistaken, not that long ago, they tried to say that this was a royal patronage, and it's not. Now, I have to agree with Sunshine Breeze. First of all, I think the fact that Harry mocked a person with a disability in the Spare, the fact that WellChild Award still wants him as patron, I think is absolutely horrible. And I agree. I would like WellChild to answer why he is still patron after it came out in the Spare, the way he really ripped one of his matrons, one of the teachers. I also find it very interesting what this Twitter user put. What parent wants a drug-addled alcoholic spending his time with their sick children? Even his own family won't see him. Spot on. And who can forget the last WellChild that he did go to where he claims he was chased afterwards? Uh-huh. Also, as a reminder, I showed you guys previously that at one of the WellChild Awards, one of the children asked to see a picture of Lily or Archie, one of the, and Harry got mad and stormed off, and the mother put up a tweet. She was furious at the way he treated her child. A big thank you to Goth Loretta for pointing out that WellChild put a post up on Instagram and then shut off all the comments because they must have been pretty bad. I think they know they've got a bad thing going, but I mean, what are they going to do about it? So let's be honest, you guys. Mr. I have Travelist and I'm all about the environment is flying all this way for one 45-minute to an hour ceremony. He doesn't have to attend. He could have taped something. He could have asked him to move the awards by just a couple of days, either direction. And he doesn't have to stop. But he's stopping because he's going to milk it for everything it's worth. Don't kid yourself. And of course, he has to keep that royal connection going. He literally is going to go to a reception, mingle, give a speech, hand out an award, and then leave. Okay? Well, leave per se, because he's going to have to spend the night in the UK, which takes us to the next story. Okay? If he wants to stay on royal property, he's going to have to ask the king. Who thinks in their right mind that anybody in the royal family is going to allow Harry to stay on any royal properties during this, I don't know, whistle-stop tour? Who thinks for 1 second they're going to let him into Frogmore Cottage when he would be so close to William, Catherine, and the kids? No way on God's green earth is that going to happen. I don't think he's going to see William or Charles, but that's because William and Charles don't want to see him. The stories coming out are that he may see Beatrice and Eugenie. I don't believe that either. I think they're saying he's either going to need to stay in an apartment on one of the royal estates like Windsor, or he's going to have to find friends to stay with. Of course, he doesn't have any friends left there, really. Or he's going to have to go to a hotel. That's going to be my guess. He's going to end up at a hotel. So we know this is going to be a really weird trip for him because number one, he's got no home. Number two, he has to arrange for his own security. He's not getting private security because the wellness awards have nothing to do with the royal family. Number three, he's not seeing his family. And number four, he's not participating, honoring the queen with the family. Although, as I just said, he's probably going to try to take the whole thing over anyway. Now, for those of you who are unaware, Harry gave an interview that January after the Queen died, and he said, and I'm quoting, "The day she died was really just a horrible reaction from my family members." And I was like, we're here to celebrate the life of Granny and to mourn her loss. Can't we come together as a family? Are you kidding? You want to come together as a family just a few months after you released The Spare, where you breached the privacy of your brother, your sister-in-law, your father, you insulted your stepmother, you told the world such private things. Why did I need to hear that William was circumcised? Why did I need to see private text messages between your wife and Catherine? Why did I need to hear how you begged your father not to marry the love of his life, Camilla? Are you insane? I'm telling you guys, I think this man is literally insane. And I have no doubt that he's going to try to grab the legacy of his grandmother for himself during the WellChild Award. You watch. Now, I myself will be waiting to see what goes on, because we know that Meghan is not flying into the UK, and we're not getting the fashion show that we got last year at the beginning of the Invictus Games, because Meghan's not going to be there for the first couple of days. But we know that every time Harry's off doing something, suddenly she just happens to get papped. I mean, seriously, she cannot let Harry have the limelight. So I will be watching to see this. I will be watching to see what happens, because she's going to do something, always. Now, moving on, the articles are coming out saying that Harry and Meghan have been branded outcasts, because it's pretty obvious that they're doing absolutely everything possible to upset the royal family at every turn. This is not new news. We've seen it. We're all aware of it. They are outcasts. Nobody in the family, they're like toxic poison. Nobody wants anything to do with them. Moving on. All right, guys, let's move on to Prince Andrew. He apparently is trying to get his taxpayer-funded security back from the Home Office. You know, he lost it just like Harry lost it. But he wants them back when he goes in to public. Now, he lost the protection after his HRH title was taken over or taken away from him. We all know what happened with Jeffrey Epstein and his out-of-court case settlement. Now, damn, Priti Patel emailed Charles's private secretary, Sir Alderton, and suggested a review of Andrew's protection should be considered. And she referred to the Duke of Sussex's security detail in the email, which was leaked to the public. So she has now apologized to King Charles and said in the newspaper, and I'm quoting, "It is disappointing that this correspondence was leaked into the public domain, and I apologize to His Majesty for the embarrassment and difficulties the publishing of this correspondence has caused." Now, the interesting thing is, why is she sending an email to the king? Because the king has no power over these decisions. And they're saying that her meddling was unwise and deeply unfair to the king. And it's going to damage Andrew's cause, not help it. Now, Miss Seward questioned why members of the public are forced to shell out millions for a man who never leaves his home. He never leaves the home because he doesn't have security, I think. Anyway, Home Office said it's not going to talk about the matter. Buckingham Palace had nothing to say about it. And we know that he was entitled to this when he was working, but he's not working anymore, okay? So if the king wants to pay the money out of his own pocket, he can do that. All I have to say about this particular story is, could you imagine if you could imagine that Harry loses his case and Andrew wins his case? Could you just imagine what would happen if Andrew got his taxpayer-funded security back and yet Harry didn't? Just throwing it out there, you guys. Just throwing it out there. All right, you guys, you know what I want. Put those comments down, make them good. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified of uploads. If you've already hit that bell, double check, make sure you're still subscribed. Don't forget to go into the description box, find the links to my Twitter, my Getter, my Rumble, my email, and a physical address, okay? For those of you who've donated to my coffee fund or through the thanks button, thank you very much. And as always, you guys, have a great day.